Come on, honey, wake up. You said he's gonna get a job today.
So here we have the cease and desist order, you all. This is just absolutely beautiful. This needed to happen. He needed to be hit with this cease and desist order. So as you can see, this is something that was sent to me, cease and desist order, going back to the 4th day of March of 2022. I don't know why was this not reported on a long time ago? In the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Department of State, Bureau of Corporations and Charitable Organizations. Cool child. On this 4th day of March 2022, the acting secretary of the Commonwealth, having found that Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, RBG Leadership Academy, and they give P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809, is not registered with the Department of State's Bureau of Corporations and Charitable Organizations, and or has failed to submit all requested documentation to the Department of State, Bureau of Corporations and Charitable Organizations, or the Bureau of Enforcement and Investigation, in accordance with the Pennsylvania Solicitation of Funds for Charitable Purposes Act, 10P.S, Statute 162.1, etc., hereby orders Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, RBG Leadership Academy, to immediately cease and desist from soliciting contributions on behalf of or as a charitable organization, or conducting any services of a professional fundraising council or professional solicitor in Pennsylvania, until such time as it provides the Department of State, Bureau of Corporations and Charitable Organizations with all previously requested information, and duly registers or provides information that is excluded or exempt from registration and determined by the Department of State, Bureau of Corporations and Charitable Organizations. Respondent may also be subject to formal administrative action, which could result in the imposition of administrative fines up to $1,000 per violation of the act, plus an additional penalty of $100 per day for each day the violation continues. This order shall take effect immediately. By order, Pennsylvania's Department of State, Lee M. Chapman, Acting Secretary of the Commonwealth. Whatever happened to this? Whatever happened to this? I mean, if he was ordered to stop taking funds from March of 2022, what's going on? Why is he still doing it? So I'm gonna tell y'all this. In my research here, I haven't found anything that points to this cease and desist order, not letter, order. A cease and desist order. I haven't found anything that says that this is no longer valid. So this is as of March 4th, 2022. And I haven't found any information that says that he's done something to hold this order. So this is now August 2nd, 2025. And he was still raising money for this school. No one read this cease and desist order. I don't know how this is not a telltale sign that what he's doing is illegitimate. This is not a letter, people. This is an order. A cease and desist order is enforceable by the court. So no one should take this as a fake letter or anything. This is, you can go on the website for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Department of State, Bureau of Corporations and Charitable Organizations. Here's the file number. This can be researched. Anyone can look this up. This is what I mean by people not getting to a point where they can't read and research information. Don't just go on the belief of what someone says. Go in and research the information behind them. If this cease and desist order is still valid and has not been corrected, the issues pointed out has not been corrected, then why would anyone still be donating money 3 years later? So if you all come across something, because I want to be fair in my reporting on this clown, that shows that he called this and this has been corrected and he has been cleared by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of State, Bureau of Corporations and Charitable Organizations, and that he was granted the legal authority to go back to collecting money for this, please send me the information and email it to me at ladyluckclubllc@yahoo.com. That's ladyluckclubllc@yahoo.com. ladyluckclubllc@yahoo.com. because in the spirit of him saying things 3 times, as if no one heard him the first time, that's why I repeated my email. So it'll also be in the description of this video. This is crazy that he got a cease and desist order, not letter, order that is enforceable in the court of law. And I guess what, everybody just ignored this? Why would anyone still think that a school is going to open after this? All right, that's all I got. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Email me the information if you have something to show that he is, the department cleared him in the state of Pennsylvania, because I didn't see anything. Just doing some research and pulling up information, I did see where he tried to sue Lennon Honor. I did see that. And then the case was dismissed because he failed to prosecute. So Umar Johnson, the prince of pan crust pizza, failed to prosecute. He failed to bring forth a legitimate complaint to the court after filing a complaint, and failed to prosecute, failed to proceed forward with the case against Lennon Honor. And it was a federal lawsuit at that. So you're just playing with the court's time and attention. That's how we do. Y'all, Umar Johnson is a joke, and no one should take him seriously. All right. So you guys take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe, hit the like button, become a member, share the content, and email me any information that shows that he has rectified the cease and desist order. And we'll go from there. I'll report it fairly, but he'll still be a clown. All right. Until the next one.
Now, I had not planned on doing any more videos on so-called Dr. Umar Johnson, but when I read across that video, by the way, that's from a channel called Lady Luck Club, and I'll put the link to that particular video. I'll pin it in the comment section, but I did not plan on doing any more videos. But when I saw that evidence produced, and she just made the video like 10 hours ago, when I saw that evidence, I had to come back up here and talk about that. So this guy has had a cease and desist letter from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as recently as 3 years ago to cease and desist collecting funds for this so-called school. Yet for the past 3 years, he's still been doing it. Now, I'm no lawyer, I'm no lawmaker, but I'm pretty sure if a court sends you a cease and desist, yet you still continue to do that, I'm pretty sure it's a legal violation on some level. I'm pretty sure there's got to be a legal violation somewhere. And why on earth would you do that? I mean, that's a copy of a cease and desist, but I'm sure there's a legit cease and desist. And it's funny how Dr. Umar has never mentioned this in any of his messages about that. He just continued on like its own way, and they're just now. That would also explain why that would also have an explanation. I'm not saying that's the reason why his accounts are frozen, but that would explain. That would actually make sense.
Nah, that's the reason. You remember how I explained the last video we did on this guy? How when I had to look it up, the only way that your account can be frozen is either by court, like I guess by the courts or by the government. And the fact that he has a cease and desist by the court of Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, shows that this guy, everything he did wasn't legit. And he probably wasn't paying taxes. The whatever businesses he had probably were not legit, or even with the state, or vendors with the state. Registered with the state. So it makes sense for him to have all of his money frozen. So the fact that she found a copy of that, it shows that this guy's been lying from the jump. So yeah, if he has a cease and desist by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, do not send this man any more money. Because to be honest with you, the money's not going to be going anywhere. It's going to, and once he gets it unfrozen, if he can, which I doubt it, it's going to go into his pocket. It's been almost a decade. Absolutely no progress at all. Now, I know that a lot of seniors, and especially senior black people, y'all want to see the best in people. But if the evidence is in your face, this guy's a fraud, he's a fraud. You got to come out and admit that you were wrong, accept it, and keep it moving. But stop giving this man money.
Yes, I mean, if it's in your face, if it looks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay, there's no alternate explanation. If he has a cease and desist order, and I know some people say, "Oh, it's conspiracy from the U.S. government." You think the U.S. government, and I'm not going to say the U.S. government is not crooked. Oh yeah, there's a history of them being crooked against non-white people, against the poor, which includes a lot of white folks. I mean, there's all kinds of evidence. But do you really think they're going to waste time and resources on a clown like so-called Dr. Umar Johnson? Really? You think they're going to wait? In fact, they actually that's probably why it took them so long to do something, because honestly, they got better things to do, number one. And number two, they probably look at him like, oh, he's doing us a favor. He's keeping the black folks distracted from really doing things like taking the money and buying some stocks and bonds, or invested it even in themselves, like into their homes or into their neighborhoods and stuff. Because like another video, I can't think of the guy's name, but the young man had a point. People in general have this, but black people, we are particularly bad about this. We have a savior complex. What I mean by that in this case, we tend to want to look to a savior, somebody to help us. Here's the thing. I will say this, and I don't want to sound like some Sunday morning preacher, which is ironic because I'm saying this on a Sunday morning. But Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. But here's the thing. You never notice, even in the Bible, God rarely does stuff for people. He rather will take you and teach you how to do it for yourself. How to stand for yourself, by yourself. Jesus was the same thing. Even though he could have the power to do it for you, he wants you to be able to learn for yourself. It's like the old saying, give a person a fish, you will feed them for a day. You teach them how to fish, you will feed them for a lifetime. Too many of us want somebody to feed us every day. You know, like a pet, like you do a pet, like a dog or a cat. That too many of us want that instead of us being our own savior, even when we have the capacity and the means to do so. Even if you have very little means, you could just start there and build up and build up. One of the weaknesses that I've had to work on myself this last year is patience. Because if there's one thing I want stuff done immediately. Now, if you're able to have it done immediately, then cool. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you have to do the work, build yourself up, and then go ahead and get what you want. You have to build towards that sometimes, and sometimes that takes time. A lot of people don't understand that. They want everything instant, like you pop it in the microwave like some oatmeal, 2 to 2.5 minutes, boom, done. That's how food like that works, but that's not how real life works. Real life works. You ever notice these millionaires and billionaires that are out here? They built that over time. They didn't instantly win the lottery. They worked and built that up. And yeah, are some people trust fund babies? Yeah, sure. But nothing wrong with that. But even still, somebody had to build that up for them to have that inheritance. And the smarter ones will at least put down stipulations for them to get that inheritance, the smarter ones. But in a lot of ways, we still want somebody to do it for them. And it isn't just limited to the young. You have middle-aged people like me. You have even older people. You have seniors that still want to look to a savior and such. Even like, oh, just pray to God, the Lord to provide. No, the Lord will teach you how to get what you really want so you could stand for yourself. Which that in a lot of ways, information provided to you that you apply can be more valuable than somebody giving you something. We want somebody like Dr. Umar, who made all these false promises, to actually give. We gave you somebody that'll give us something instead of us doing it for ourselves. We keep putting our faith in guys like him instead of doing it for ourselves. Yes, I'm going to repeat it one more time. We keep putting our faith in guys like this guy instead of doing it for ourselves.
Okay, you're partially right. That when it, and I'm just going back to the whole Christ thing, and especially the fact it's on a Sunday. But when it comes to Christ, yes, he does teach you. He does teach you how to take care of yourself, but taking care of yourself is an outcome of what he teaches you. He's a fisher of men. He doesn't fish for one person. He fishes for one person, but that one person does something else for someone else, and it creates a community. Because remember, everybody that has walked with him has done something not just for themselves, but for other people, for their entire nation. Joseph is probably one of the men that I look at the most in the early testaments. He's one of the men that I look at the most because he's the one that not only saved Egypt, he made Pharaoh rich, and he also teach the Hebrews how to be entrepreneurs. He does more things for people by using one individual. Now, when it comes to Dr. Umar, let's be honest. The guy is a talker. He's a talker. He can sweet talk anybody. He can sweet talk a woman to buy a ketchup popsicle when she's wearing white gloves. He can pretty much sweet talk anybody into giving him anything. But you also got to see the actions of that individual, not just the words. The man has been saying he was going to build a school, a private school for young black men, an academy, a leadership academy. How many years has it been? It's been a decade. He said it was supposed to be open in 2011? And it's now like 2025. It's been more than a decade and a half. No results. If you don't see anything happening, you got to understand that this is not going to work and accept that you failed, been believing in this person, and you had faith that this person was going to do it in good faith. You know, that's human. But if you see the writing on the wall, walk away. Just walk away.
Yes, and there's a reason I had that Spider-Man mask up. In case you wonder, no, that is not a mistake. The reason I had that mask up or have this mask up is because I ain't gonna lie. When the 70s Spider-Man came out and they changed the mask to those reflective eyes, I ain't gonna lie. And I'm just gonna be blunt on Sunday morning. That mask
That mask still scares me.
Yeah,
it's
but
like you're staring into your soul.
Yeah, that's if I was going to confront Dr. Umar and ask him questions, I would love to be wearing this mask. Yes, because that thing seems like it sees right into your soul. But the problem is, I'm not sure Dr. Umar has a soul.
Or maybe use Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, but I think he might like that too much.
Yeah. You might find that information you don't want to know.
Yeah.
No, shoot. But
especially
how
he really feels about white women.
Yeah. Yes, but for real, there's a reason I got this mask up in here, because that thing look like it sees through your soul. I would love to have this old question, Dr. Umar. Where is that school at? Where did all that money go? Do you really hate white women? Is there really a snow bunny epidemic? Which there's not. But is there really a snow bunny epidemic? Or deep down, lust for the white women? You try to say black queens forever, snow bunnies never. because you're trying to mask some guilt. Because deep down, you just like women. You just like women. You don't care if they black, white, Latino, Asian. You just like women. But you don't want to admit it. You just want to keep on propping up the black queen, even though you put down the black queen, like calling them throat goats and all sorts of things. You contradict yourself, Dr. Umar. You have taken the people's money. You must give back the people's money. You build that school, and if you ain't going to build that school, give back every dime that you have ever taken from any donor that you have ever taken money from, that you have spent on yourself, that you have probably spent on drugs, that you have spent on hookers, that you have misspent filling your fat belly. Dr. Umar, you are a heathen. You are an infidel. You are an adulterer. You are a neglecter of your own children. You are a liar. Dr. Umar, get on your knees. Pray to God for forgiveness. Pray to God for cleansing, because judgment is coming for you, Dr. Umar. Coming for you. And sorry for breaking out into like a superstar Billy Graham type promo.
I thought that's where you were going. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, where this come from, man? But how much you want to bet the majority of those funds is what had him go to Africa? Because he didn't want to pay the taxes here. He probably bailed and went to Africa and stayed there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's where half the money went, was to Africa. And I think, what does he have? He has according to him, he has dual citizenship in Africa as well as in the States. So I wouldn't be surprised where it went. But you broke out into superstar Billy Graham for a second.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some will hear this video. Some will agree. Some will not agree. Some will cheer. Some will boo. But nevertheless, the evidence is out there in your face. Look at you, Regina. You're excited. You know the truth is out there. You people listening, you know the truth is out there. Even you Dr. Umar supporters, you know the truth is out there. Even though you don't want to admit, you got. You got played. You got bamboozled. You know the truth is out there. The truth is in your face with this man. Put the mirror in front of him. Make him face himself. And if he don't want to face himself, walk away from him. He's a grown man. Let him figure out his own problems. We're out here working 9 to 5. We're trying to survive. We're trying to figure out our own problems. Let Dr. Umar figure out his problems. Stop giving him your money. Take that money. Put it in your house. Build up your homes. Build up your communities. Go to stocks. Go to bonds. Build up wealth for yourself. Save yourselves. Do not rely on people like Dr. Umar. If anything, look to Christ. Look to the Lord, and have him teach you to save yourself, so you can save your soul. Leave something for your children. Leave something for your family and community. When they bury you 6 feet under, or when they cremate you and your soul goes to heaven, and you are judged, and hopefully you go by the pearly gates. And that is my sermon for today. Thank you very much. For the Nature Girl 30, I'm Irvin Griffin Jr. Peace.